every alley I cross. I'm grateful for the city and all it has to offer, with the buzz of the people and the rhythm of life. I'll keep on walking towards a world so right. From the streets of Harlem to the Brooklyn Bridge, I'll keep on walking and never miss a beat. I'll find my adventure and live my life. Adventure's coming and I'm on my way. I walk the city streets and seize the day. I discover new places and hidden gems with every step. My journey transcends.
Good evening, everyone from Seoul, South Korea. I hope you can hear me because I think there was a lit July 26, 2025. It's about 7:30 p.m. Temperature's 91 Fahrenheit, 33 Celsius. And we are in the bustling neighborhood of Hongdae. It stands for Hongdae University, which is close by here. Is it still buffering? Can you hear me? Because it's showing a good connection on my end. Is it better? It's good now? Alright. Maybe it was just that short little area where I started my stream from, but as you can see, this is a very lively area. Hongdae is like one of the most happening places in Seoul, especially on a Saturday night. And it's my first time here, so I don't really know what to expect here. I know this is a popular nightlife area, lots of bars, clubs, restaurants. Oh wow, look at this. Very trendy. Is this street closed to traffic now? Kevin, he says he thought Korea has good internet. For the most part it does. I haven't really experienced too many problems with it. The first day when I streamed, that was actually a problem with my phone overheating and not the internet. I've heard there's also a lot of busking and live music that happens here. Yeah, right here. A lot of people are choosing to come out now because there is a heat wave that's ongoing in Seoul. Temperatures easily passing 95 Fahrenheit, 35 Celsius. This really is a bustling area. There's a big sign here, no motorized scooters. This kind of looks like a shopping street more than bars and clubs now. There's also a lot of artwork around here too. And Hongdae really got its start from the university. A lot of artists moved in here and started their crafts, and musicians. You can kind of say it's like an indie and underground scene for Seoul. Yeah, or so heard. I'm in Hongdae. I heard all about this place. Looks more active than where I'm staying in Myeongdong. So there's no electric scooters allowed, but motorized bikes can come through here. Maybe they have an exception because they're official business. Must be so much trouble to drive through here. I like how the ground is all covered too in different patterns. Makes this area a little bit more varied and interesting. Oh, Diamond, we're getting there. It's just about sunset time. In about 15 minutes, the sun is going to go down. Hongdae Festival Street, it says. I guess this is where they have all the live performances. Is this guy gonna do something with fire? No, Dave, I cannot read Hangul. I think I might want to take it up one day. I heard it's actually really easy to learn because King Sejong actually revamped the alphabet in order to get the local people to read. I think by learning some Hangul, it might help me understand some of the words around here. Even though I may not know what the words mean, I'll know how to pronounce it. They're gonna do some live music here, whatever it is. Oh really? Diamond says Hangul is pretty easy. It takes max 2 weeks to learn. Hey, maybe I'll be up for it then. Can't be any harder than learning how to read Chinese, right? Which I pretty much stopped trying to learn. Because if you don't see those characters on a daily basis, you're going to forget. I didn't expect there was going to be this many people here today in Hongdae. This main area goes on for quite a while. Shay, we're in the Hongdae area of Seoul. You can kind of say this is like the indie underground area of Seoul. Look, even over here you can see a lot of different artwork. What are these? Exotic animals. They kind of look like squirrels a little bit, or like hairless, wingless bats, kind of. Wow. So cute. Looks like that's the end of Hongdae down there, or at least this main area. They have a pet cafe here. Look at this pet someone's carrying on their shoulder. Why walk your dog when you could just carry your dog? You don't really have to look far for a lot of these bars and clubs. They're on the side streets. New York burger. What makes a burger a New York burger? Maybe Shake Shack? Shake Shack's from New York. Red Road Toilets, and also a tourist information center. Yeah, I guess so, Lena. 0.044 ppm, good air quality. That sounds pretty low to me. I guess the tourist booth is closed right now. And that clock is accurate. It's 7:39 p.m. I think half of it is not working though, the lighting. Why don't we check out some of these side streets around Hongdae instead of just the red road? Elise wants to go to South Korea someday soon. If you like it and you like what you see in this live stream and the content that I'll publish, maybe you should consider making a trip here. Let's walk up here. This person is walking 4 dogs at the same time. This does have a very college town vibe to it. But like I said, Hongdae really started because of the university around here. Hongik University. Feels like more of the bars and clubs are on the side street here. Is really loud. It would be interesting to visit the university, which the neighborhood is named after. Mystery Room Escape. Maybe they had a grand opening, that's why they have all these flowers here. Or maybe now it's a restaurant and that's an old sign. I can't really tell. I wish I could read Korean and understand everything that's there. Oh, now I've seen everything here in Hongdae. We had New York Burger and now we have Original Chicago Pizza and Pub. So if you want Chicago style pizza, maybe it's the deep dish pizza, just like Chicago. You can come here on the top floor. Old rock. There's a lot of English on this canopy. LP Music Bar, old rock, old pop. I've noticed that, Kevin Wu. A lot of burgers and pizza in South Korea. JP on tour says, "Hi Action Kid, I missed you and found you again today. Greetings to Seoul." I appreciate it. I don't know how you can miss me though. I've been posting content every single day. Now the lights are starting to turn on in Hongdae. Starting to look really nice. Sounds like someone's playing live music over there.
굉장히 뭔가 무엇이든 할 수 있을 것 같은데 만들었는데 여러분 어떻게 약간 힘이 좀 느껴지셨나요? 오케이, 이어지는 곡은 여러분을 하늘로 날려보내고 싶은 마음으로 쳐보도록 하겠습니다. 하늘로 날린다는 말이 뭐냐면 여러분이 슈퍼히어로가 되는 기분을 느끼실 수 있도록 제목은 You Are The Hero고요. 남자분들은 뭔가 슈퍼맨을 알려합니다.
Dave Chan says, "Finally saw your side of Taishan today." I'm glad you saw it. Those are very important videos for me to make. both for my own discovery and for my legacy and lineage, I should say. Free hugs. Okay. You want to get hugged by a big bear, you can go over there. And it looks like they're doing K-pop on the street here. I think if there's any influence on modern culture that Korea has, K-pop is a big one. Yeah, I expect it, Lena. After all, K-pop isn't the K without Korean in it. So I expect to see K-pop dancers on the street practicing or performing every once in a while. Johnson Z says lots of young people here feeling like in Soho, Chinatown, or Williamsburg, where artists, yuppies, and hipsters come together to hang out. Well, if you want to put it that way, there's a lot in common with those neighborhoods in New York City. Soho was kind of influenced by the artists who moved in too. And like I said, this is kind of like an indie and underground culture part of Seoul. Maybe if you want to put it really, really simply, you can call this the Asian Soho. I know some of you like to compare different neighborhoods to each other. It's like, oh, this looks like Soho. This looks like, you know, Venice Beach, California. I mean, sometimes I see similarities, sometimes I don't. Just like 2 days ago when I compared Myeongdong, someone was comparing it to New York City, and I was like, if you want to put it that way, it's like Fifth Avenue or Times Square, but it doesn't really have the same exact vibe. Just like I don't think this is exactly a copy of Soho in New York City. Feels like it's getting busier now in Hongdae. Yeah, I guess that does tell the air quality. 0.044 parts per million. I wonder how good these red road toilets are, because public toilets sometimes they scare me, especially if they're dirty or not working. It's important with this many people they have public toilets available that are clean. It looks like there's a wait for the men's room. I just took a peek in there. It looks pretty clean. Like, it's not perfect, but it's definitely a lot better than many toilets I've used. I think this is one of the most favorite places of Seoul that I've walked through so far. Yeah, Glennie loved the trees here, the pedestrian walkway, and I'm glad the sun is down so it's not like a sweltering heat like most of the day today. Yeah, Diamond, that's going to be a concern for me. I hope I don't get hit with a copyright notice, but I'm trying to walk past a lot of this background music. Look, there's a taco spot too, whatever taco. This is a much larger area than I expected, and I've pretty much stayed on the red road this entire time.
자, 1라운드 진행해 보도록 하겠습니다. 자, 예선전부터, 영상 점수부터 예선전, 그리고
I think he's live streaming.
자, 그리고 제가 호명을 했는데 그때 들어 보내주시면 됩니다.
I don't know what kind of performance they're going to do.
말씀드린 대로 퍼포먼스로 진행된 1라운드로 지금 나가고 있는데 첫 번째 선수로
Now it kind of looks like it's going back into shopping again. There's a lot of places here on my left. Ras Garden, yes, I went to Thailand last year. Beautiful place. That was a good distance we walked on the red road. Now we have to check out some of these side streets. Oop, going back. What happened there? Is my gimbal overheating? I don't know. This is my new one too that I'm using. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Yeah, there's a lot happening down this way. Fly girl asking which country was the most different from your original thoughts. I would say it would have to be Vietnam. That country really surprised me. Japanese casual pub. They close at 2 in the morning, this pub. Bagel Land. And look what they have in the front of Bagel Land. Oh my goodness. Sandwich bulgogi. They have a belt sandwich. I've never heard of this sandwich referred to as belts before. Usually it's BLT, bacon, lettuce, and tomato, but they have belts. Bacon, egg, lettuce, and tomato, I guess. Alright. Bagel Land, hand-rolled bagels. New York Bagel Avenue, it says. What is New York City everywhere now? Oh, this is hilarious. Oh my goodness. Statue of Liberty. I'll wait for these people to go and then I'll do my thing with the Statue of Liberty. Hey, Miss Liberty, I missed you. Where have you been this whole time? I think I could outstretch my right hand higher than yours. Look at that. Can I take your job now and stand here for, thousands and thousands of years? No, forget it, Lady Liberty, because I'm walking here. Let's get out of here. I'll let Lady Liberty continue to stand there because my hand is going to get stiff and arm from doing that. Takes an arm made of copper to do that. I don't have an arm of copper. I have a arm of flesh and bone and flimsy, blood vessels. Just when you thought you didn't see the Statue of Liberty, here she is again. Now I wonder how the bagels are in that spot. It'll be funny to try a belt sandwich. We're back to the red road again. You know what? They might be streaming on YouTube. That's the YouTube logo there.
총합 점수 중에 한 번만 말씀드리겠습니다.
Thought the entertainment might get lost in translation since I don't understand most Korean. I don't know, is this... Oh, I thought the car was making a right turn and slowing up, but they're stopping for passengers. Let's check out this street. I'm guessing this is right next to the university. Let me look it up actually. I think the university is on my left, right past the fence. Yeah, it could be. Might be dorms or something. It's definitely a different part of Hongdae that you saw before. Minty's asking if all the streets look like this, not too big streets. Not all the streets are like this, but there's a lot of neighborhood streets with like small streets, alleyways, and very walkable. Similar to where I'm staying in Myeongdong. You can see my live streams from there 2 days ago. You're correct, Osfly girl. They do have taxis and Uber. One thing I'll have to mention about the streets here in Seoul, many people don't realize it, but Seoul is actually a very hilly city. It's built on a lot of hills and changing elevation, like over here to my left. So it's important to wear good shoes. Look at that, going right up. Can be difficult. I tried to learn Korean for like 2-3 weeks, and I got really confused with all the vowels and I forget what they call the words that you put at the end of sentences, and a lot of them, they sound very similar to me. You can get very confused, and you need to listen like very carefully because it can make a whole different meaning of a sentence if you say something just a little bit different. Like there's imida, which is yes, and then there's imida, which is a negative, which is no. And then when you say goodbye, there's two ways to say it. When I learned on the app, there's 안녕, hi, 계세요. That's when you're, I forget now, 안녕, hi, 계세요 is either when you're leaving or staying, and the other one is 안녕히 가세요. So 계세요 versus 가세요. It's a very, very slight difference, but it makes a big difference in the meaning of the sentence or the statement. And then there's like nun and un, and it's really, really, you have to really train your ear and your mouth to say certain words. It's not a very forgiving language, I'll put it that way. The sentence order is also completely different than English. The adjective comes after the noun, so instead of red apple, you have to say apple red. So I think it's kind of like this apple red wants. Something like that. Every language has its quirks. Like even in English, I hate how some words, they look the same but they're pronounced differently. And then they have silent letters. And Vietnamese, which I've been learning, has all these personal pronouns that you use to address others. That doesn't really exist in many other languages. You have to really be a good gauge of the other person's gender and age and relationship to you. And if you say the wrong thing, someone might be offended by calling them older than they are or younger than they are. Yeah, that's right, Johnsons. You can't learn everything perfectly. Sometimes you make mistakes and it's all in good fun and you get corrected really fast. Like I remember my Spanish teacher telling me in high school, and she's a Spanish teacher. She went to Spain to order like a plate of eggs or something, and she said huevos. And I think she might have said it in a way that was like something completely different than eggs, and the waitress was like looking at her like confused. Yeah, Minty, English is a really difficult language. It's difficult even for natives. Yeah, Johnson, that's true. English has many plurals that many other languages don't have. Like instead of wanting to order one goose, you have to say, oh, I want to order one goose, but you can't say I want to order two goose. This street is looking a lot more active now and a lot better now that all the lights are on. You're wondering what this street looks at nighttime? Here's your answer. I think I'm going to start wrapping up this live stream soon. I'd like to get a really good walking video recorded here, especially because this is Saturday night and there's a lot of people here. Alright everyone, thank you for watching tonight's live stream from Seoul, South Korea in the Hongdae area. It was an amazing experience for me. Thanks so much. If you enjoyed it, then hit the like button for me. Subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye. See you.